It's time, y'all. It's time. It's this thing that I'm holding in my hand, this telephone, this camera, it is quite powerful. Social media is powerful. We can do something with this. If we want to change, we can really, truly make it happen. You know, we sit out here and talk about, oh, we need the next so-and-so and this and that. No, you don't. No, you don't. Start in your own home. Start with you. You start being that person that want to make that change. So it's funny. Whoever is watching this, you might hear I'm probably going to get a few of the Michael Jackson, oh, I want to make that change comment. But laugh all you want to. Say what you want. But I'm here to change history. I am ready to do what I need to do for this next generation.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Mother's House Podcast, and I am Deshaun.
My name is Corey. Peace to the planet. Peace to you and yours. What's up with my cousin? What up, cousin?
Chilling. What's up with you? Happy belated birthday for people who don't know. Corey, birthday just passed the 24th.
I'm another year older.
He another year older.
I'm another year older. Yeah, man. It was all right, you know. I'm just kind of relaxed, you know, just trying to get my mind right on things, you know. But had, you know, over the weekend we seen a couple of tragic events happen within our community.
Right.
You know, it's unfortunate events, so we're gonna speak on them. You know, first off, rest in peace to Nia Wilson, and also rest in peace to Mr. Marquise McGlocton.
Right.
28-year-old young father of three.
Whoa, he was that young? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then right in front of his old lady and his kids. All over a push. So yeah, man, you know, these things, you know, it gets to the point where it's hard to really talk on them because you get angry. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get to the point where you just like...
You still got to talk about it, though.
Yeah, man, we got to talk about it. But it gets to the point where you like, I don't want to say no words. I just want to put hands on somebody. You know what I mean? But
right.
Can't really do that.
It's like...
It's so cool. Let's say that.
I think everybody is getting to that point where where we don't really know what.
Part.
You said what?
It's like a boiling point.
Yeah. It's like you don't know what to do. It's like... one thing I always ask myself is, what don't we see? I always ask myself that, like, what crimes are happening that aren't getting reported or are getting...
televised or a screenshot
of the media or whatever, yeah. But what do you think is making, you know, people, I guess white people in particular, feel so much privilege that they can literally just kill black people?
Take a life.
Yeah.
Take a life. The comfort zone. I think they in their comfort zone, and also they in a fear of, you know, white fragility. If you study the works of Dr. Frances Cress Wesleyan, and when she spoke about, you know, the white inferiority complex, that's where a lot of white males are factoring in, and you notice in the world, not just in America, but also in America, the browning of America, the blackening of America. You know what I mean? And then you look across the globe, it's the same thing. Like, white children are being produced as much as black children. So, you know, they're in a fear factor moment. But out of that fear, you know, that's when people do the most craziest and heinous things to other people. You know what I mean? But that's with that being said, this ain't nothing new.
Right.
They always felt like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They always felt like they was being threatened by the others, or black people, or brown people, whoever else they want to point a finger at. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they killed this young girl, Nia Wilson, and stabbed her sister, and I didn't really get the tea. I just knew she had passed away, but then I've done some studying and learning more about the case, and I'm like, damn, this dude slit her throat.
And stabbed her sister.
And stabbed her sister in a public area on the BART transit station.
Yeah, in Oakland.
And then, in Oakland, in the Bay Area. And then on top of that, when he get arrested, they treat him with the utmost respect. No slamming on the ground, get on the ground, you ain't a threat. They ain't treat him like he's not a threat at all. But you look at the video of how they treated what is his name, Eric Gardner, or how they treated Philando Castillo, and it don't even have to be somebody that they killed. It could be just a random Joe Smo black guy that get caught up with the police. They treat them like, oh, we gotta take him down before he kill us. You know what I'm saying? But they treat this man who just murdered a young girl in cold blood.
Right.
Like,
and you know, they the police do that often. The guy, what was his name? The guy who did Charleston, who shot up Charleston, they handle him with care too.
Yeah, took him to Burger King.
After he just murdered like 5-6 black people, literally just came in the church and shot up everybody. I mean, you should be treated like the crazy animal you are. Like, you should be treated like a goddamn crazy raccoon that's jumping around. That's how you should be treated. You should be treated like animal, what's it called? The animal detainee people who have to, like, you get some type of taser or some shit and tase you in the face and have to, you know how they be handling them wild animals? That's how you should be treated after you do shit like this. You shouldn't be treated like a human being because you're not a human being. You just took another human being life, a bunch of human beings' life. You should be treated like the animal you are.
I mean, the thing is, you know, this young girl she was young. I don't even, you know the age of her? Like, she was really young.
18.
And see, look at that. 18 years old, a full life ahead of her. Didn't do nothing to provoke or anything. Even if she did, nobody deserved to die like that. This is way racist. Oh man, let me calm down. this is way man just came up and killed her just out of pure hatred, pure rage, pure supremacy, pure white inferiority complex. You know what I'm saying? And kill this young lady. And then you got the stand your ground law that's looming over the case of Marquise McGlocton. So the specifics of that case, you know, him and his wife and his kids pulled up to the store. He gets out with his kids going to the store. Now, mind you, they parked in the handicap parking lot, which is, it's not really that big of a deal, right? I do it all the time. So the white man get out of his car, go look at the back of her car, walk up to her, and you see him having an altercation with the wife while she's still in the car fussing. The black man, Marquise, come out and confront the man and then push him to the ground. Man, we come back out and shoot him dead right there. Right? So the police saying that's stand your ground.
How was that? That wasn't even his ground. I thought stand your ground was when someone's on your property.
No, it's whenever you feel like your life is in imminent danger. Like you about to die.
How did you feel like you was about to die? You should just be able to just kill people.
Exactly. It's just a pass to get away with killing people. And then, you know, with this case with Leah Wilson, you know, there's no telling what they're going to say. They're going to probably say he suffered from mental illness or da-da-da-da-da and give him a lighter sentence or no sentence. You know what I'm saying? These politics, these games that these people play, you know what I mean? To take away a black life, to understand that, you know, it doesn't baffles me. It baffles a lot of people why people say Black Lives Matter, why people say, you know, why people kneel, why people protest, why people do so many different things to try to validate our experience and validate our humanity. You know what I'm saying? Why we in 2018, 2019, 2030 still gotta validate our humanity. You know what I'm saying? It's the way this society has been been pushed. This society has been groomed to be. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you either stay vigilant or get active. And I think it's time to stop being vigilant and start being more active. You know, however that looks, I don't know.
Right. Well, I think there's a tone amongst people. I think everyone, maybe even black people in some situations, and in some cases that kind of is becoming numb to the plight of black people. And that's like from being killed to all the history, especially black American people, all the history that we have. And it's like everyone is starting to just kind of be like, I don't know. I know a lot of people are starting to say that generations are becoming raceless. Like, it's like people are starting to really turn their back and not pay attention to the plight of black people. And I feel like it's starting to come out in different ways. Like, the effect of it is movements like Black Lives Matter, movements like, you know, us trying to boycott stuff. And, you know, I still feel like people are trying to hold on to our history and remind people of our history, but at the same time, you know, with media moving so fast and they're always throwing something new at you, we already know that a new story is coming, is a brewing, you know what I'm saying? And I think we need to do more of a better job at, you know, because it's kind of our legacy, you know, for lack of better words, you know, even though it wasn't a bunch of good stuff, it was a lot of bad stuff, it still is who we are. And I feel like we're starting to forget that, and it's like America is really starting to forget that. I think it's so much deeper than just Black Lives Matter. It's like Black legacy, Black history. Like, it's just a really deep part that's being forgotten. And I feel like it's starting to trickle out, because even with every murder, it gets more and more numb. Like, literally, like, numb. Like, I remember Trayvon Martin, people were like that was like the talk at work. Like, we were all talking about it, you know what I'm saying? And like, when the verdict came out, everybody was quiet. Like, it was just so, like, the energy was there. But, you know, as of today, it's just not really a concern. I'm not gonna say people don't care. You know, I know we all have our everyday life and we're constantly trying to keep up, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think I think I know what you're trying to say. I think the problem is it's not necessarily like people don't know the history. People know the history, or people have access to get the history. All right, people are talking about the history, but they probably not having like ain't getting 2 million subscribers or shows or like that, nothing like that.
That's true.
But the thing is that it's not necessarily people who are getting numb to it. It's like people are getting to the point where they don't know what to do, so why do I put so much energy on the negative? Let me focus on what I need to do so I can stay positive. You know what I'm saying? People are becoming more self-inclined instead of being more communal.
Do you think when
Trayvon Martin was murdered, you know, it was community. The community felt that. You dig what I'm saying? When Mike Brown was murdered, the community felt that. Right now, Neil Wilson's murder, I think the community is feeling that, because a lot of people are upset about this. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably different for different communities. Like, if we were living, like something happened in Atlanta, Georgia, right down the street from you, you'll feel that you'll see the rage of the community. You know
right, but I just feel like with Trayvon Martin, like, not just that community, but I think everyone.
The whole community, yeah, everybody. Nationwide, yeah. I think it's sometimes certain pockets. Sometimes it depends on the story, how much coverage the story is. It depends on who is the person who was murdered. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, as shallow it may seem, sometimes it's the aesthetics of the person who the other victim.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, whatever
sometimes
makes a good headline.
An unattractive person, well, they were black, they won't get that same kind of attention. And it's sad to say, but that's facts. A lot of people, sometimes it is the aesthetics, you know, that, which is crazy to me. But you know, these stories, every time I hear about these stories, I get affected by it. It traumatized me in a certain kind of way, and it killed another part. You know, when I become numb to it, that's when it's to the point where I feel like I just don't have no kind of emotion towards it, and I don't want to have nothing to do with it, so I'm trying to run from it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are trying to run from that pain. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think it's just the pain of people dying. I think it's just the pain of being black, period. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like we're starting to really, and I'm not saying that we need to be talking about it every single day, every single hour of the day, but I do feel like the legacy of black people is kind of starting to dim down a little bit. And also what's coming in its place is stuff like melanin popping and stuff that's just not as important as you know, as it is, you know, stuff that's not as important as our history and stuff like that. And I'm no history guru, you know, just to keep it 100. I ain't no history guru. I'm not one of those people. And, you know, I have my moments when I like to dibble and dabble in the fickle shit too. But, you know, I be on Instagram all the time and stuff. But I do feel like,
that's part of the problem with you right there. You on Instagram too damn much.
But I feel like,
I hear what you're saying though.
Yeah, like, even when I'm on Instagram, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like,
the internet community.
You said what?
Like, at the internet community, you know, sometimes I think people on the internet, just like high school, they pick cliques. They find their clique, they find their size, and they kind of stick in that lane. They don't try to branch off to anything else because they're not comfortable in no other places. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, at one moment, everybody, you know, like we said a while ago, this conscious shit is a trend. People ain't really about, you know, really trying to be aware and really do the work to try to empower and enrich the community or build a community. You know what I'm saying? People just like giving lip service to it. You know what I mean? Now you see situations like this with what happened to the young lady. You see what happened to Marquise with, you know, in both of these incidents is to the point where people, like, you got celebrities speaking on them. You know what I'm saying? So people go, and then also you got to keep in mind we are becoming more celebrity driven. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of shallow stuff is being hidden, you know, thrown in our face, so to hide the real stuff that's happening behind closed doors. Like, a lot of people ain't talking about what's going on with Trump and, you know, meetings. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't talking about what the new laws are being passed down. Why stand your ground law is still in effect in Florida. Like, we not really speaking on those things. We are focused on, I don't know, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Faith Evans married to Stevie J. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, our focus we getting distracted because we trying to run away from the pain and, like, as you said, of being quote unquote black. And I don't want to call being black as a pain. I say that the trauma that is inflicted on
the reality
people who are black.
Yeah, I just think the reality of being black. Yeah, and I just feel like maybe I'm just growing up and I'm getting tired of certain stuff. Maybe I'm entering a new era of life and I'm just tired of seeing stuff. So it might just be a personal thing for me. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, I get tired of seeing the superficial shit all the time, but I don't really look for that either. So it don't.
I mean, I don't look for it either. I don't have to look for it. That's the whole thing.
Well, this is the thing. You're in a certain area of Atlanta where it's probably all over.
Well, it's not even what I see in Atlanta. I'm talking about with media. And even in Atlanta, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't put too much. I don't be on media that much. That's my thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, when it get to the point where I get to the point, like right now, I just closed out my Facebook account just because I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I still got a Facebook account. I'm just not gonna be on it as much like that. And Instagram, I rarely go on it that much. Like, I'm staying away from social media for a minute just so I can re-cleanse my mind. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta log off.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
But still be abreast. I just go to like news places like Democracy Now! Or Real News Network, or every now and then I jump on Twitter just to see what's happening. And real quick, 'cause that's all I use Twitter for. It's like news updates. But other than that.
And another thing I think I need to do is maybe I need to redo my Instagram. So, because who you like, who you follow, and what they like kind of creates your Instagram universe. So maybe I just need to like redo my Instagram universe and redo my Instagram.
That's very true. But like mine is strictly nothing but like Black Magic 363 people and all that. And I'm like,
I don't need to see that all the time either now.
I'm like, hey, I look like a hotel ball. This is a hotel universe out there.
Yeah, I love Black Magic 363, but
I love it too. I mean, it don't bother me.
I need an overdose on them either. I'm just saying.
That's cool, but I still follow folks who follow, Bullseye too. So I see all that. But like I said, I haven't been on my Instagram or on either one of them in a minute.
And maybe I need to detox too. That's very true what you said earlier. I might just need to like.
But this is the thing, man. And with that way you won't be so engulfed into the thinking. The reason why it's numb is because people are. Because I don't think the people are numb. Like especially with this Nia Wilson situation, I don't think people are numb to it. I don't think people know as much what's going on with Marquise situation. And then also, the gender wars on this line that's what kind of pushed me off. I was like, man, y'all getting ridiculous.
You know what? I don't really pay attention to the gender wars.
I didn't, but then it started paying attention to me, and I'm like, I'm getting the hell off here.
Maybe that's what your Instagram universe. Maybe that is. You follow like a bunch of hoteps and black feminists or something like that. So maybe it's I
do follow women who are quote unquote black feminists too.
So yeah, maybe that's what's going on.
I fuck with everybody. Everybody has a right to have a voice. I ain't gonna agree with everything y'all say. I got my own voice. So. But back to Nia Wilson. When you heard the story, how you felt, cuz?
I just thought it was like disturbing. And it made me think, like, motherfuckers is just really out here just killing people willy-nilly. Like, because I heard that story and like 2 or 3 other stories too, and it made me think, like, are people just are white people really about to, like, are they trying to start? Because with media, it's always something else behind it. So is this race war trying to be, are they trying to start a race war, or like why are white people just going around killing people? And then I started thinking about defending myself. I was like, I need to get a gun. I was like, I need.
I'm already on that. I'm already debating. Not even debating. I'm like, as soon as I get cleared, I'm gonna have one.
Right, and I think about that. Like I've been thinking about it often. Devin, my brother Devin has been telling me for a while to do it, and I just think about. More so protecting myself, as well as, the necessary steps that we as a people need to take to protect ourselves more,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's the thing, you don't expect, like, you 18 years old, you just getting on the train, you're trying to head home with your sisters, and you don't expect nobody to come up behind you and try to, kill
right,
you.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, it was definitely a crazy move, and it made me think about just being in public doing what I do, just walking around, being Deshaun.
I think I'm more concerned with the youth, you know what I'm saying? I'm more concerned, because I'm pretty sure I know how to handle myself and defend myself, but like for instance, my niece, she know how to defend herself. I think she do have a gun.
I mean, we all know how to defend ourselves, but we all can be killed.
Yeah, anything can happen at any given moment. That's my
hell. For all we know, Nia Wilson knew how to defend herself.
That's my fear. That is my fear. It's more so for the youth and what they're dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like.
But how we can effectively protect them, and not only just to protect them, but because it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Because I got so many questions about that whole Neil Wilson case. Like, who was in the vicinity? Who could catch the man right then and there? Why they had to wait a couple of days to get him? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, nobody was there. Nobody on the BART train had a gun and be like, hey, man, sit your ass down. What you doing? You know what I mean? No cops in the area. Like, what? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's always so many questions after something like this happens.
You know, and seeing the pain her father and mother and sister, the family in, it's like, and then seeing that same pain in Marquise family and his children, it's like, you know, you can't imagine. You know how it feels when you lose a loved one. But to lose them in that kind of way, it's
right. To have their lives taken.
Have their lives taken, you know. But
it's crazy.
It's sad, and the thing is, like, I don't really have too many words of really encouragement because I'm too angry. Because if I'm gonna do some words of encouragement, it's gonna come out too super angry. You know, on some other shit, and I don't need to do that on no YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do it on no YouTube because, you know, they ain't gonna. Nah, we ain't gonna do that on YouTube. We're gonna have to have that conversation in a more private setting. You know what I mean? But, you know, first off, let's go ahead and rest in power to Miss Neil Wilson. Peace and love and light. Sending you nothing but peace and love and light to your family. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully justice will be served. We're going to speak her name, say her name until it does. You know, same thing go for Mr. Marquise McGlocton. You know what I'm saying? Sending peace and love and light to his family. You know, peace and light to the children. And
to the people we don't know that shit be happening to too, because we don't know everything.
Exactly, man. There's so many different people that getting caught up out here, and it's like crazy, man. Saw one article where, and you know, I don't get transgenders like that, but I don't think nobody should kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? Just because I heard a story about that, and I'm like, damn, man, it's just so much death that's surrounding. It's like, and also you take out the energy levels. The energy in the universe, it's a changing of the guard. Things are changing around. The world is shifting. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to see a lot of this. And it's going to probably get even worse. So, you know, that's why I say, you know, all I can say before we get off, you know, get strapped, keep protected, you know what I'm saying, and be aware of your surroundings.
Right. Rest in peace, Marquise. Nothing. I ain't got nothing to say.
All right. Thank y'all for listening. Rest in peace to those two lovely and your people who will never be forgotten. Y'all see y'all next time. Peace.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is, the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is, the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.